On a historic day in the heart of London, Britain's government set out its ambitious plans for the future. But this was no ordinary day. It was the King's Speech 2023, and the nation's attention was on King Charles III. Black Rod, the official responsible for controlling access to the House of Lords, had the door slammed in her face as she entered the House of Commons, a gesture that symbolises the independence of the Commons.
Black Rod, open the door.
Black Rod!
Mr. Speaker, the King commands this Honourable House to attend His Majesty immediately in the House of Peers.
After being admitted, she summoned parliamentarians to listen to the King's speech in the House of Lords. Inside the ornate House of Lords, politicians from all sides gathered to hear the King's speech. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and leader of the opposition took their seats, fully aware of the political significance of the day.
My lords, pray be seated.
King Charles set out the government's plan on crime, climate, housing and other legislation in what could be British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's first and last so-called King's speech before an election next year. This speech comes just a month after the two major political parties held their annual conferences, contributing to a growing sense of an impending election campaign, though it has not been formally initiated. As clock struck the appointed hour, King Charles rose to the occasion. He delivered an address outlining the government's legislative agenda, setting the stage for a potentially crucial year in British politics.
My lords and members of the House of Commons, it is mindful of the legacy of service and devotion to this country set by my beloved mother, the late Queen, that I deliver this, the first King's speech in over 70 years. The impact of COVID and the war in Ukraine have created significant long-term challenges for the United Kingdom. That is why my government's priority is to make the difficult but necessary long-term decisions to change this country for the better. My minister's focus is on increasing economic growth and safeguarding the health and security of the British people for generations to come. My government will continue to take action to bring down inflation, to ease the cost of living for families and help businesses fund new jobs and investment.
Cabinet ministers and members of Parliament listened intently as the King spoke of tackling crime, boosting economic growth, and addressing climate concerns.
Legislation will be introduced to strengthen the United Kingdom's energy security and reduce reliance on volatile international energy markets and hostile foreign regimes. This bill will support the future licensing of new oil and gas fields, helping the country to transition to net zero by 2050 without adding undue burdens on households. My ministers will introduce new legal frameworks to support the safe commercial development of emerging industries, such as self-driving vehicles, introduce new competition rules for digital markets, and encourage innovation in technologies such as machine learning. My government will introduce legislation to create a smoke-free generation by restricting the sale of tobacco so that children currently aged 14 or younger can never be sold cigarettes, and restricting the sale and marketing of e-cigarettes to children. My government will, in all respects, seek to make long-term decisions in the interests of future generations. My ministers will address inflation and the drivers of low growth over demands for greater spending or borrowing. My ministers will put the security of communities and the nation ahead of the rights of those who endanger it. By taking these long-term decisions, my government will change this country and build a better future. Members of the House of Commons, estimates for the public services will be laid before you. My Lords and members of the House of Commons, other measures will be laid before you. I pray that the blessing of Almighty God may rest upon your counsels.
After the King's speech and Queen Consort Camilla departed, marking the end of a ceremony filled with pomp and pageantry. This speech comes just a month after the two major political parties held their annual conferences, contributing to a growing sense of an impending election campaign. Though it has not been formally initiated, this campaign is one that the Conservative Party hopes will help close the 20-point gap with Labour. Sunak will use the event trying to create a dividing line between his governing Conservatives and the opposition Labour Party, which is way ahead in the polls. I want everyone across the country to have the pride and peace of mind that comes with knowing your community is safe. This is my vision of what a better Britain looks like, Sunak said in a statement before the speech. We must always strive to do more, taking the right long-term decisions for the country and keeping the worst offenders locked up for longer. In the most despicable cases, these evil criminals must never be free on our streets again. Life needs to mean life. Earlier, Britain's King Charles, accompanied by Queen Consort Camilla, arrived at the Palace of Westminster from Buckingham Palace in a procession steeped in centuries of tradition. But despite these traditions and formalities, the essence of the King's speech was about the future of Britain, with both challenges and opportunities ahead. As the nation awaits the unfolding of these plans, one thing is clear. This King's speech may be remembered as a pivotal moment in King Charles III's reign. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Also, feel free to leave your comments or suggestions in the comment section below. We appreciate your feedback and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.